Hello, Rose.
Hello, Jeffrey. So, why did you invite your little sister to come by?
There's a show called On Demand I wanted you to watch.
On Demand?
Yeah, they've had a few shows before, but they just released a Christmas episode, and I thought we could take it in together.
Well, okay. When does it start?
Well, like the name of the show, On Demand is on demand.
That's either marketing genius or a bold pun.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, you got the snacks?
I do. And that includes cheese curls.
Well, then what are we waiting for?
I have no idea.
On Demand is on demand. So feel free to come back sometime.
On this episode of On Demand, you will journey back to Bethlehem to explore the first Christmas. Experience a blizzard at home. The loneliness experienced by one woman, and there will in fact be more. The only requirement? Stick around for the experience. But first, a simple wish for...
We now interrupt the start of this episode with a special report from the Romaniacal News Network.
Today, the Roman government, in an ongoing effort to reach out to those who gain benefit from the services of our vast governmental entities, announced a nationwide census. Sources close to Caesar Augustus and Governor Quirinius say that the primary purpose for this citizen count is to make sure no one feels left out of the process. To put it simply, our government is seeking to assure themselves that they are properly compensated for their services. Volunteers are asked to return to the city of their ancestors to take part in a census. This will enable our government to properly assess the actual numbers of citizens that should be taxed. Authorities stress that such volunteerism is mandatory. The government admits that there will be no reimbursements for lost wages, travel expenses, or lodging associated with the required voluntary pilgrimage. However, they feel that the festive atmosphere and the opportunity to visit with family will make the trip well worth the effort. Sources indicate that lodging may be difficult to come by in some communities, but are certain that our country will pull together and make this required voluntary census a huge success. In other news, tax revenues are expected to increase dramatically in the coming months. Reporting for RNN, I'm Apollo Augustine.
My name is Simon. I was, an innkeeper in Bethlehem many years ago. You see, when Caesar demanded a census be taken, each person was to return to their cities to be counted. People arrived from all over the known world, and I had the largest inn in Bethlehem. My family made simple partitions that separated one room into two. We had to make room, didn't we? Oh, it's true. The thought of such wealth was overwhelming. I labored many days before guests arrived. If all went well, I would be a rich man. Oh, the parties, the wealth, the camels, the honor. Me, Simon, a rich man. I longed for such a title. Oh, the envy my neighbors would feel toward me. They'd call me Simon the Clever, Simon the Wise, Simon the Wealthy. Ah, yes, well, the people arrived, and they kept on arriving until even the corners of my kitchen were rented. And the food, why, I charged twice as much, and even then people asked for more. I sent servants to the countryside to find more meat, bread, and eggs. Before they could leave, there was yet another knock at the door. No, there is no room in my inn, I began. And then under my breath I chuckled and said, although I wish there were. Turning toward the couple before me, I said, there is not another pallet or cot, let alone bed, available tonight. The couple explained the situation and the need for lodging. Oh, well, your wife is with child, I began. I am sorry. There really is no room. Yes, I know, but what can I do? So many dignitaries sent their servants ahead to acquire their lodging. There is nothing I can do, I said in frustration. It was then that a thought occurred to me. Sir, wait, please, it's not much, but I do have a stable out back. I could let you stay there. It is true there are animals. Perhaps they will help keep the stable warm. That night was the best night of my life, or so I thought. I was even able to sell an old camel to a traveler for 3 times what it was worth. The money I gained would provide well for my family, and I made no apology for my greed at the time. However, all these years later, I see the error of my greed. I never got all the things I thought would make me the richest man in town. Today, someone else has all my silver, and I have very little. Yet even an old man can be forgiven. This same Jesus who was born in my stable came because he knew of my sin. His death was the only sacrifice God would accept for the sin, you know? To me, Jesus being born in my stable gives me hope that this child born to humble means is the same child that delivered this greedy old thief from death. For that I am grateful, for the God that became man became my salvation. And to think that he caught his first glimpse of this earth in my mangy, meager stable.
Coming up, 25, the documentary. A story about one pastor trying to come to terms with the fact that the Christmas story can't change. Before that, a carol reimagined.
Village sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in first-century style. In the air, there's a distinct smell of camels. Children laughing, people passing. Yet we are turned away. On every street corner we hear. There's no room. No more room. It's census time in the city. My baby's due. Oh, what to do? Soon it will be Christmas Day. There's a manger, 'cause we're strangers, and we've no place to go. As the cattle roam round seeking fodder. Hear the goats crunch as they have lunch. We are making no scene. If you're quiet enough, you might hear. Glory, peace, goodwill to you. It's Christmas time in the village. Christ the King is cause to sing. Praise God, it is Christmas Day.
So, what exactly is this documentary about?
It's called 25, a documentary on the impact and challenges of the biblical account of Christmas.
What exactly do you need me to do?
Well, start by introducing yourself, and then just keep talking. I'll interject from time to time.
I'm Gary, the pastor of First Church. What else would you like to know?
How about dealing with the start of the season?
Right, the beginning. Well, it's a story I've shared every year since I started preaching. The story doesn't change. I mean, a baby was born, he was God's son, and his mission was to rescue everyone who was willing to be rescued.
Sounds like a good thing to talk about.
You'd think so, right? To be honest, it's hard. Then it gets harder every year.
Explain.
Sure. Well, the trouble is there are a lot of people that have heard the story every year of their life. A few almost dread coming to church because it'll be the same information they hear every year. It's like getting the same holiday letter from your aunt every year. Always the same thing. At some point, you stop reading it because you already know what's in the letter.
So you resent the message?
Oh, no. No, it's a miracle, and the message is life-changing. It's important.
So why the hesitancy?
The Christmas message is something everyone should hear, but most have already heard it. It's no wonder they gravitate toward holiday movies, colorful characters, snowy adventures, and new stories. That's what people really seem to want. And that's not just this story.
Have you ever thought about changing or adding to the story?
I've thought about it, but that's not the way it works. I share what God shared, and I don't want to add what I think would be cool or different just because I think it's interesting.
So no literary license?
Well, not for me anyway. It makes people think embellished stories are the true account, and not the simple story that God asks me to share. You know, a baby was born. He was God's son, and his mission was to rescue everyone who was willing to be rescued.
Sounds like a great story.
Well, it is. But it's like reading a favorite book. The story always ends the same. No new plot twists and the same characters. No one new to introduce.
Is there a sequel?
Sure. We share that every weekend until next Christmas. Sometimes it's prequel stories.
You mean stories before Jesus came?
Exactly.
You seem like you're not interested in the Christmas story.
I hope I haven't made you think the story is unimportant. It's a perfect story about the most unusual way that God chose to rescue people who break his laws. The beginning of that story started that first Christmas.
So why the hesitancy in making that a big deal?
I just know that I'll hear from some who come to the service.
They review the sermon?
Yeah, they do. Is that a surprise?
And?
It seems some think I've been withholding some of the story and wonder why I never tell more than they've heard. I mean, seriously, I come at this story from every angle I can think of. Shepherds, the virgin birth, the innkeeper, the angels, Joseph, Mary and her family, the stable. Sometimes I find myself just waiting for January to show up so I can explore passages that may be unfamiliar to most.
So you feel a little bit like Scrooge about the biblical Christmas story?
Scrooge? Not exactly. Well, honestly, there are moments when I wish there was something unexpected to share.
Like what?
Like anything else from the Bible. I even tried one year to run an unrelated series right through Christmas.
How did that go?
Well, let's just say the Christmas-only crowd was not impressed. Apparently, there are some people who wait all year to hear the same story. Some people are happy when I share the story, and some aren't. Some demand changes to the story. Some fight for things to stay the same.
So why don't you just do something else?
Something else?
I mean, if it causes such a headache, why keep doing it? There are other jobs.
When Jesus came, everything changed.
Explain.
He made it possible to come directly to God. He paved the way for forgiveness. He showed love in the most important way. He didn't want anyone to be left behind. See, everything changed.
So, let's backtrack here. You want to skip that message?
People need to be reminded of the beauty of the message. I suppose I do too. You know, sometimes I find myself overlooking the message.
Okay. How exactly does that work?
There's something about a story, one that really happened about the God who loved me enough to come to live with humans for a while. I don't know why I would ever want to skip the opening chapter to a story that led me to love, forgiveness, and life.
So you'll share the story this year?
Sure. And hopefully I will never question why this story needs to be told. I don't want to miss telling it.
An expert providing perspective on the very first Christmas story. The story finds individuals in a place where they are unfazed or curious, jaded or unresponsive. It seems a variety of opinions are common this time of year. It's easy to see why new stories are written and new traditions are embraced. For some, this origin story that is the subject of this documentary may appear less interesting than it once did. Sadly, this can mean that those who need to hear the story are missing it. Fewer tell the story the way it was originally told. From the pulpit to the pew of the story continues to gain mixed reactions. It seems an intentional pursuit of the implications of the story seemed to draw the uninspired to a place of wonder, the seeking to a place of discovery, and the jaded to a place where remembering means something more. For 25, the documentary, I'm Brenda Wallace.
At On Demand, we seek the best content to encourage thinking, bring a smile, and to confirm that there are some decisions that are perfect to make, and details that are occasionally overlooked.
I have watched more than 200 Christmas movies this year.
That's impressive.
Well, I did start in July. They say that's when Christmas starts, you know.
Really? I had no idea.
An elf has been roaming my house and reporting to the jolly fella himself.
I must be missing out.
Don't even get me started on decorations.
Lots of them?
I rent a storage locker.
Pretty serious about Christmas, huh?
Well, it is an important holiday.
That's true.
It means something.
It does.
The lights, the songs.
Jesus?
Who?
Wow, it is cold out there.
So
what? Somebody start a fire.
are we going?
Grandma does have everything ready for us.
Okay. Yet, I'm taking my coat off. Does this answer your question?
It can't be that bad.
Apparently it can be, because, it is. The car started, but the snow is too deep to get out of the driveway, and it is dangerously cold out there.
What if we all work together to clear out the snow? Then we could get on the road.
Maybe. But the guy on the radio said that most roads are closed. The snow plows aren't even running.
Cool. I can play video games all day.
So, what's your second choice?
This is nuts.
Let's see. There's got to be some candles around here someplace. Here we go.
This is a problem.
Don't panic. Dearest, darling, don't panic. I'm sure they'll get the power on soon.
This has got to be the worst Christmas ever.
What are we going to have for dinner?
Why don't you go look in the fridge and see what we have? Here, take this. You're going to need it. The light's not always on in the refrigerator.
Thanks.
Well, I suppose I should get a few blankets down here. It doesn't look like the electric heater is going to do us much good.
A marvelous idea. Why did I take my coat off?
Well, I've got good news, and I've got bad news.
What's the good news?
We won't starve.
And the bad news?
I hope you like snack cakes and root beer.
That's disgusting.
Well, there are crackers and ketchup, 1 egg, and a questionable jar of pickles. Oh, and a small package of dry Parmesan cheese from the pizza place.
I'm afraid the shelves are pretty bare. I thought we'd be at Mom's for a few days, so I planned to wait until we got back to go shopping.
Well, you kids always wanted junk food.
Not on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the orange potatoes with marshmallows.
That's sweet potatoes, Caleb. And it's a family tradition.
One I will not be taking with me when I leave home.
Which may not happen anytime soon.
I'm getting cold.
Here, wrap yourself up.
Got one for me?
Here you go.
So, now what do we do?
There's not much we can do, Caleb.
Sure there is. How about telling stories?
We're not exactly sitting around a campfire, Mom.
We'll just pretend that the flashlights are the campfire.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Me? Not so much.
I remember one Christmas not so long ago when we had planned to go to Grandma's house. You two had been fighting, and Dad had warned you that if it didn't stop, we were heading home.
That was when we were little kids.
I believe that was 5 years ago, sweetheart.
Caleb decided that he would tap me on the shoulder.
I was just trying to show you the snow outside.
But by doing so, you placed a part of your body on my side of the car, which is a direct violation of the Do Not Touch Me clause of the Sibling Passenger Handbook.
And predictably, you two started fighting again. Oh, but it got real quiet when Dad turned the car around and headed home.
I still can't believe you just drove back without saying a single word, Dad.
I thought you were just trying to make a point. I figured when it got quiet enough, you'd turn back around and go to Grandma's house.
Believe me, I wondered about that myself.
Well, I guess we all learned that day that I meant what I said.
Didn't have much to eat that Christmas either.
At least it wasn't Twerpies and root beer.
Twerpies?
Yeah, you know, those snack cakes.
When Caleb was about 4, he decided that he didn't like being called Caleb. So he picked out a new name for us to call him. Roy.
Roy?
Except, nobody would call me that.
Oh, he would correct us every time we called him Caleb. But Grandma had the cure.
She would call Caleb, and Caleb would tell her that his name was Roy.
Then Grandma would say, "Oh, my, I have a present here for Caleb. I'm afraid I don't have a gift for Roy."
Yeah, and I've been Caleb ever since. I remember.
What is it, dear?
Oh, I was just thinking. This may not be so different from the first Christmas night.
What do you mean?
Well, Mary and Joseph had to stay in a barn without any electricity, and it probably wasn't very warm.
And they probably didn't have a gourmet meal waiting for them.
And no family to visit with.
What about video games?
Caleb!
I guess that would be a no?
All things considered, we have it pretty good.
Yeah. We could just have raw oysters and canned mandarin oranges for Christmas.
Say, that doesn't sound too bad.
You're just saying that.
Yeah. I'm just saying that.
Well, at least we'll have a new story to tell if this ever happens again.
You know what? You know what I'll miss from the feast this year?
What's that, dear?
Aunt Kim's butterscotch fudge. Oh.
It's Grandma's peanut brittle for me.
Turkey.
And stuffing.
Oh, we've got to cut this out. My stomach's rebelling.
We should just be grateful for what we do have. Taryn, why don't you go and get the snack cakes and root beer?
Yeah, in the mood for Twerpies and sweet carbonation.
But I'm so cold.
That's okay. I'll get it.
Thank you, Roy boy. Who could that be in this blizzard?
I don't know, dear.
Dad!
John!
Hello! Just wanted you to know that you're invited to Christmas dinner.
Is the electricity on at your place?
Oh, no, but some of the churches got together real quick and spoke with the mayor. The community building has a generator, so folks have been putting their food together, and we're making it a town Christmas dinner.
That sounds better than Twerpies.
Twerpies?
Just accept our thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, take anything you'd like to contribute and hop on one of the snowmobiles outside. We'll take you over to the community building.
I'm afraid all we have are snack cakes.
Twerpies.
And root beer. But if no one needs it, I'll save it for later.
Oh, I guess you should probably just bring yourselves. There'll be plenty.
Well, looks like lunch is served. Let's go.
Merry Christmas to all. Things are getting better.
Stay close. A look at a life lived in loneliness on the way. First, let's go shopping.
What is the real meaning of Christmas? For many, it is luscious chocolate oranges in festive foil, a rope of cranberries and popcorn, aromatic clove, an orchestra of dancing lights, or perhaps the ever-popular 7 Swans a-Swimming. Each year, the Mall of Marketable Goods works hard to bring the real spirit of the holiday to you and your family. From dainty, hand-finished Christmas decorations from North Kabelslavia to festive Santa wear made by genuine elves in the far north. We know how much Christmas means to you, so we stand ready to make your holiday shine with all the warmth and charm that high-quality goods can provide. Remember, when we say high quality, we mean bring your credit card. The Mall of Marketable Goods is open 24 hours a day for your convenience. And yes, we have creative credit plans that allow you to get everything you want for the holidays with a multi-year repayment plan. And remember, with every purchase over $1,000, drop by our Christmas Confections Cafe and pick up a free piece of holiday fudge. Just right for that holiday appetite.
The Mall of Marketable Goods. More than a place to buy for Christmas. It's also a place where you can purchase all of your holiday needs. On the corners of Capitol and Money Changer Drive, we look forward to your visit this holiday. Remember our motto, why purchase tomorrow what you can get today on credit? The Mall of Marketable Goods is a proud member of the Gotta Have It Business Bureau.
She listened intently to his cherished mantel clock and was momentarily lost in the seemingly incessant ticking and equally expected talking. It was ridiculous to wonder which came first, the tick or the talk, but it was a much-needed distraction. She had risen early out of habit mostly. She was finding it hard to sleep as much as she used to. However, this morning her mind would not focus very well. She had tried to pray. She had tried to read her Bible. Then clicked through the television listings but decided to pass over the old Mr. Magoo Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life. There had been a time when she loved those shows. She would anxiously wait for them and share them with family, but that seemed such a long time ago. The woman chuckled slightly as she thought of a punctual schoolteacher, marking off those absent from the day's lesson, and in her own mind she made those things absent from this day. There was no sizzle of sausage in the kitchen. No pancakes would be waiting. No smell of homemade syrup would greet her. The restaurants were closed, and she was left with the drone of the family clock. Tick, tock. Seemed to keep time with a myriad of thoughts she was contemplating. Husband's gone. Tick, tock. No kids. Tick, tock. No Christmas meal. Tick, tock.
This is ridiculous.
The woman walked to the window and watched the neighbors greeting their grandchildren on this holy morning. There was nothing to do, no one to see, no visitors to expect. Tick, tock. Why couldn't that stupid clock just be quiet? Why couldn't she think clearly? Tick, tock. That's when she noticed one corner of the living room. This was the corner her husband would always drag the Christmas tree to on December 15th, not a day sooner. She smiled as she remembered her husband telling his family that this special date had to do with minimizing dry trees and pine needles. And while this thought had merit, she enjoyed her children's expectation in waiting to find the perfect tree in the middle of the year's last month. In this lonely woman's mind's eye, there stood a majestic fir, donned with a garland of cranberries and popcorn. A corn-husk angel stood sentry atop the tree in anticipation of the Christ child's arrival. Handmade ornaments from her children's primary years, perfect in their imperfection, hung from sturdy branches. Gifts would grow under that tree until this old house had been transformed into a picture postcard, and she had been the one to see it through, always. But not this year. No, not this time. Then there was the memory of the smell of turkey floating through the home as sounds of metal spoon on ceramic bowl carried a report of cheerful home cooking in the kitchen. Stockings hung full by the fireplace. Windows would ice over in valiant effort to keep the cold out and the warm in. She remembered children's names and faces, and the childish snowmen etched in ice that once greeted carolers through those lighted windows. The woman smiled, for the memories were glorious. Tick, tock. But that was then. Her husband had passed away the previous spring, and the kids were grown and had families of their own and lived too far away to visit this year. All she had was the tick-tock of a rather annoying clock telling her that time was passing her by. She was not an overly emotional woman, but suddenly the tears of those joyous Christmases remembered began their waterfall course down wrinkled cheeks as she contemplated the severe contrast of his Christmas present Tick. Tock. This was not the first Christmas she had spent alone. However, she always had the reassurance that her family would be coming home soon. Now she was faced with the bleak reality that there would be no one coming through that door, no one to sit down with who was content just to be there. The hours passed in fitful silence. Concentrating on very little, yet fully aware of all she was missing, she began in prayer.
Lord, today I'm missing my family. This day has always been spent with my husband and kids and, well, I'm lonely. I know this holiday isn't about me, but maybe you could understand what it's like to be all alone, feeling completely forgotten.
She stopped, remembering the scene of a cross and the loneliness her Savior felt as he hung there alone. But there was a homecoming party waiting, and Jesus would be the guest of honor. This was a season for giving, and the woman marveled at her forgetfulness. She had received a gift that far exceeded her ability to understand, and she had failed to begin her day with any expression of gratitude. Of course, Jesus understood what it was like to feel completely alone. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. Perhaps there were better days to come. Perhaps she wouldn't always feel this lonely. Perhaps even at her age she could learn from the God of all comfort. She pondered all these things in her heart and would return to them often. Tick, tock. Suddenly the clock seemed almost melodic. The woman suddenly knew that it was possible to rest in the arms of the God who cared for the lonely.
This special edition of On Demand is more than half over. One more piece to this audio puzzle is coming up, and we think it shows that this puzzle was worth putting together.
Looking for an authentic Christmas experience? Try Nativium, the medication designed to improve your user experience and increase your sense of awe and wonder. Side effects may include the enjoyment of Christmas carols, overwhelming gratitude to the God who rescues, and a greater desire to share with others. Some have experienced an interest in the early history of the holiday, a general and increasing sense of love for others, and a lingering urge to pray. Nativium, the first and best prescription for any outbreak of bah humbug.
Remember, with Nativium, the side effects are part of the cure for the common Christmas.
The gift.
Costly.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
The very Son
of God.
Of God. With skin.
With tears.
With needs.
Infant needs.
Childish needs.
Human needs.
The very Son
of God.
Of God.
Hail Mary.
Don't be
frightened.
Favored one.
You are blessed.
The gift.
Something grows inside.
The gift.
The gift.
Costly. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
The very Son
of God.
Of God. Impossible.
Impossible.
A virgin.
With child?
Who will believe?
The gift.
Who will accept?
The gift.
Gossip grows.
As stomach swells.
This appears so wretched.
So wretched.
So wretched.
It's not befitting.
Improper.
Virgin Mary?
How is it possible?
Foolish Joseph.
Didn't he know?
Yet we waited for
the gift.
The gift.
No room.
But my wife is with child.
No room.
She could have it at any time.
No room. Wait.
Yes?
There is the stable.
A stable?
A stable.
It's all I have.
We'll shelter there.
But
it will be all right, Mary.
I'm frightened.
Fear not.
Fear not.
God is with me.
God is with you.
With you.
Emmanuel.
Then angels came.
The frightened shepherds.
Shepherd came.
To see the child.
The child came. To save the world. The perfect gift.
The perfect gift.
The perfect gift.
No palace.
No royal birth.
No ceremony.
The gift.
Precious. Priceless.
Perfect.
Wrapped carefully.
In strips of cloth.
Waiting To be noticed.
Given to all.
Given to all.
Yet received by few.
The very Son
Of God. Who will believe?
Who will accept?
Who will accept?
Who will share?
The gift?
The very Son.
The only Son.
Of God.
So, thoughts?
It wasn't exactly what I was expecting.
What do you mean?
None of this seems like normal holiday TV shows.
No, probably not.
I know about Jesus and the manger, but everything about the Christmas I just experienced was about giving and receiving something more than a packaged gift.
Yeah, I can see how that might seem different.
Precious, priceless, perfect.
What?
It's something I just heard.
It's a gift I recently received.
If this is what Christmas is all about, then what have we all been doing instead?
Something else.
It was around Thanksgiving of 2023 when I considered the possibility of writing something similar to the On Demand trilogy, but specifically for Christmas. Now, in a way, I took a cue from Dragnet Delivers Delivery Day and determined this would not need to be entirely humorous to make a point. I'm Glenn Haskell, writer and creator of On Demand. I finished the writing around the time I was informed my dad had passed away. He meant a lot to me, and his legacy was ensuring that I had every reason to consider following God in this great life adventure. So perhaps you'll understand when I lovingly dedicate this to my father, Gene. From a son's perspective, well done. I also want to thank the many talented individuals that spoke life into this audio tapestry. They include David Marlette, David Hilder, Austin Peachy, Alicia Hansen, Randy Strew, Dominic Trice, Bethany Baldwin, Betsy Nicholson, Ryan Haskell, the Daynard family, that would include Katie and John and Chloe and Joni and Rigby and Henry. I'd also like to thank Frank Yulee, Jonathan Cook, J.D. Sutter, Rose Beasley, Aaron Bamer, Destiny Garza, Elizabeth Hansen, and Jason Markiewicz. On Demand Christmas is a presentation of First Acts Productions. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved. And from all of us at On Demand, Merry Christmas.